Hey guys, what's up? This is my review for the season finale of House of the Dragon. So this video will have spoilers, so here's a quick warning about that. And yeah, so House of the Dragon has come to an end. Episode 10 came out just earlier. I got a chance to watch it, and this will be my spoiler thoughts on it. I just want to start off by saying this show has been absolutely incredible. Like it's definitely broken into my top. It's definitely one of the top 10, top 5 best shows of the year so far for me. And I will make a top 10 best shows of the year at the end of the year. I did one in the middle of the year, and I'll do one at the end of the year. This has broken into the top 5, I think, on that list so far. I don't know. I don't know if it's beaten out Stranger Things. I don't know. I have to have a think about it. But this show has just been incredible. I want to just say thank you to the people who made this show. It was so amazing. I think the first season of House of the Dragon is definitely better than the first season of Game of Thrones, and I love the first season of Game of Thrones. And this isn't recency bias as well, because I basically just finished Game of Thrones like 3 months ago, because I finally got around to watching it after being so stubborn about it, and I watched all 8 seasons in like a month. So yeah, it's not recency bias. I think this is better than the first season of Game of Thrones. It was just so incredible, and I will talk about the stuff in this episode, but I just want to quickly say how amazing this show has been. It's so nice to have a show that I genuinely love and I'm very excited for week to week, and that I don't have major problems with, like with She-Hulk or with Andor. And I know a lot of people love Andor. I'm just not feeling it. I am feeling it on a certain level, but I've been disappointed with the recent episodes. Anyway, whatever. So yeah, this episode, I think. This episode as itself, like as an episode, this episode's great. It's amazing. The writing, the dialogue, the emotion, the character development and the depth, it was all great. I just feel like if I had to pick a problem with it, it's a pretty significant problem for me with this episode, is that it did not feel like a season finale. It felt like a penultimate episode. Like we're getting another episode next week, and that's the finale. But I've had more time to think about it, and I'm feeling like, okay, this season 1 of House of the Dragon is definitely sort of, because the story of House of the Dragon basically is just how the dragons went extinct to Game of Thrones when there's no dragons left. It's how the Dance of Dragons, how dragons went extinct basically. And yeah, so I feel like this season is just sort of setting it up, and next season will be like the war, because we don't see the war in this episode, the all-out war. In this show, we don't see, this is the start of the war. The end of this episode marks the beginning of the war. So I feel like this was kind of a prequel season to the Dance of Dragons, which is going to be incredible. But the thing is, with these new streaming shows, as they're bigger in budget and they take longer to film, we have to wait longer. We have to wait 2 years. I think the next season 2 comes out sometime in 2024. So Jesus, that's a long time. But yeah, I feel like this episode, it didn't feel like a season finale. It didn't feel like it was ending out the story of season 1 by the end of it. It just, yeah. Anyway, that's probably like my only problem with this episode, really. But otherwise, this episode was incredible. I mean, Daemon, this episode was awesome. That scene with him and those 2 guards, it's a small scene, not many people talk about it. But when he's like, pledge your loyalty to Rhaenyra or burn. That's basically what he's saying. And I just thought that was so badass and really cool. Rhaenyra is finally queen. I mean, she may be, only queen to the eyes of the people of Dragonstone. People in King's Landing do not know that she's queen. But yeah, she is finally the Black Queen. And oh my god, that is so badass when she is walking down the halls with the crown. Everyone's kneeling down at her. She's got the guards by her side. The music, it's just, I don't know the theme right now, like in my head, but I know that I love the theme of this show, like the score, the sort of main theme. It's not the Game of Thrones theme, it's another one. It's one made separately for this show, but I couldn't hum it to you because it's not in my head right now, but I know that I love it, because every time I hear it, I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, that's so good. Anyway, so yeah, I just want to say, Emma Darcy, they are so great as Rhaenyra. I think they are doing such an awesome job. I think they deserve to win an Emmy, honestly. them or Millie Alcock, I think they should both be nominated for Emmys. I don't know if they can in terms of categories. I feel like, would they both be leading actresses or would one of them be supporting? I'm not sure. But yeah, Emma Darcy is fantastic. They are really, really great as Rhaenyra. But yeah, so this whole episode is basically about gathering allies to fight in the war, and they're talking. I love all the name drops, by the way, with Baratheon and Stark and all that. And yeah, they're gathering allies. They're talk. I love the bit where Daemon lists off all the dragons that they have, and they have 13 dragons, and I thought that bit was really cool. Daemon goes and sort of, I think he tames Jaehaerys' old dragon. I forget his name, Vilmathor or something like that. And yeah, that bit was awesome. He is the second biggest dragon in the world, next to Vhagar, which I'll talk about in a minute. But yeah, I also want to say I love the costuming. I love the outfits that Jaehaerys and Lucerys wear, the red and black. That looks fucking awesome. But anyway, I'm going to talk about the big scene of this episode, and that is Vhagar kills Lucerys. Spoiler alert: he kills Lucerys and his dragon Arrax. Well, technically, yeah, Aemon does, but technically it's Vhagar because he loses control, which is a big change from the books. Because in the books, it's told as if, I haven't read the books, but I know this part from the books. It's told as if Aemon kills him. That's just because it's told by an unreliable narrator, so it's basically told from the people from the ground watching the dragon battle, and they think that Aemon did it. But we learn, the change from the books, that it was an accident, and that I really actually loved this change because it harked back to what Viserys said in an earlier episode, where he's like, the illusion that the Targaryen, what's it called? The idea that the Targaryens control the dragons is an illusion. The dragons cannot be controlled, and I thought that was so awesome, the way that was like paid off in this bit where Aemon and Vhagar are chasing Arrax and Lucerys. Vhagar is massive compared to Arrax, by the way. That scene where he's a shadow above Arrax, or she, Vhagar's a she, that was so intimidating and so awesome. But yeah, that bit was really awesome, and I think the part of it where they're like, Arrax is intimidated by Vhagar, and Arrax decides to strike back, even though it's so tiny compared to Vhagar, and he burns him in the face, and and that irritates Vhagar, and Aemon's like, no, because Aemon is just trying to scare Lucerys at that point. He just wants his eye, like he says it in the Baratheon place at Storm's End. He says that, I want your eye, and that kind of stuff. That was so intimidating, by the way, when he takes the eye patch off and it's like a jewel eye. But anyway, and then Vhagar gets mad at Arrax for bursting him in the face, and it's so chilling. It's like Jaws. It reminds me of Jaws, the way the mouth just opens up and he comes out from below the clouds and just swallows Arrax and Lucerys whole, chomping them and spitting them out, killing Lucerys and Arrax. Rhaenyra's son Lucerys is dead, and holy shit, when she finds out. And I want to say that scene was incredible, by the way. The cinematography, the music, the tension was awesome. That was brilliantly done. And when she finds out and she turns to the camera and just stares at the camera, like, holy shit. I think I might like Rhaenyra better than Daenerys at this point. Like, oh my god. But yeah, you just know, you wanted the Black Queen, you're going to get the Black Queen. Holy shit. Next season is going to be insane. I can't wait for her to just lay waste to the Greens. Even if it was an accident, I don't care. Fuck you, Aemon. I never liked Aemon. But yeah, that's it. I love this show. That is it for my review of House of the Dragon Season 1. Let me know your thoughts on the show down below, and thank you for watching these reviews of House of the Dragon. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Go check out my other reviews, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.